Welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Josh Hway and I'm the owner of Dynamic Photowerks. Dynamic Photowerks is a commercial and automotive commercial photography business. I started out about 10 years ago and I'm going to be telling you all about my story right now. So welcome again to my channel. I wanted to talk to you directly in a video, talking to you about my photography and where I got started in my career and what got me to the point now where I'm a full-time freelance automotive commercial advertising photographer. So let's get it started. So I've been working in this industry a little over 10 years now, but let's go way back to the beginning, back when I was a kid, to talk to you a little bit about why I got started in photography itself. So I got started taking photos with my parents' camera when I was very little. I started to take photos just on family vacations, around the house, whatever. I started to become a little fascinated in taking images. I started taking pictures of flowers and trees and a lake and birch bark. But that interest I wasn't fully developed until I got to the point where I was going to college for 2 years and just doing a liberal arts degree. I didn't really know what I wanted to do next. Finally, a family member suggested, well, why don't you go to photography school just to see if you want to do photography? And I was okay, I'll give it a shot, I guess. At that point, I still hadn't really even thought of photography as a possible career path yet until I was urged to go to school for it. And I did. So I packed up my bags where I was from in northern Minnesota, came down to the Twin Cities and went to a technical college in Eden Prairie called Hennepin Technical. They had a 2-year photography program there put on by about three photography teachers there that taught all the different classes, going through the business of photography, studio lighting, technical skills and challenges, camera teaching classes and commercial photography class and portrait photography class and advanced lighting and studio this and that. They put on a pretty good program, but as I grew in my interest in cars, I began photographing my own cars and the friends' cars that I met in the Twin Cities. As I started to approach the idea of doing more car photography as a profession, my teachers were very skeptical. They thought I was joking every time I talked about car photography. I shot a lot of my school assignments with cars as the subject matter, and they just were not very supportive. They're great teachers. I still enjoy thoughts of their classes and reminisce a little bit about it, but they didn't have much faith in the car photography idea. So being the stubborn person that I am, I continued down that route all the way through my 2-year program. I graduated there with about maybe 20-30 other people in that program. And now as a graduate with a photography degree, I was now free to pursue my dream of starting a photography business. Even with my teacher's skepticism in my choice of a career path versus like standard commercial photography or like portraits or wedding stuff, which is most of the people that were in my class were planning to do wedding portrait photography just because that was the easiest possible place to market yourself and start getting jobs. Commercial photography was tugging at me, and I wanted to go that route. So I started Dynamic Photowerks about 10 years ago. That was right at the end of my education at Hennepin Technical. From there, I wanted to get into photography full time, but being a little nervous and unprepared, I thought I should keep on my job. I had a full-time job at a dealership. I was detailing cars and doing kind of inventory management. I bounced around a couple other dealerships. I went to one, become a salesman. I actually went to become a photographer, but then they hired me as a salesman because, I had what they thought it takes. But in 1 week, I decided that it was the wrong place for me. And it wasn't the job necessarily, it was the people. I was surrounded by, 20 other salesmen in a big dealership. And the people that were around me every day, they were so corrosive, they're so toxic. And all I heard constantly from everyone was negative words, swearing, cussing, complaining about everyone's relationships and their wives and this and that and like the job. And I'm like, it was a constant toxic environment, and I just could not have it. I ended up going back to that job where I detailed for a while, and then I went to another dealership where I started taking like photography and doing like the inventory photos for the dealership, like taking photos of the cars. And that was so mind-numbingly boring and easy that I wasted 2.5 years there. I mean, the job was so easy, I would basically get all my work done within only a couple hours of the day, and then I'd be sitting around in the back at my desk on the computer looking at YouTube videos for another 5-6 hours sometimes, all day. So I kept asking the management for more work, and they continually shut me down. They never wanted me any higher than I was. I filled a role in that dealership, and they wanted nothing more from me. And I constantly clashed with management, and eventually I had had enough, and I left. And I wasted 2.5 years at that dealership. It was such a waste. Looking back, it's like disgusting. I wasted that time when I could have been building my photography career. But that's exactly what I did next after that. Thanks to the support of like my contacts, my wife, my family, I was able to start my career full time and start building clients and a portfolio that I was proud of. And that's what it took. It took a full-time leap. And ever since I took that leap, I've been able to expand my offering and my experience as a commercial photographer. I'll be doing, car photography, commercial photography of any kind. I now fly drones. I fly multiple types of drones, doing high-level production, video and photo, aerial work. And I partner with my good friend Jacob of Golden Peaks Productions, helping him with a lot of high-end video production, including rig cars, all sorts of stuff. It's super fun. I love what I get to do, and I can't wait to see what happens in the future. But right now, I'll be doing more and more videos like this, where I'm going to be talking about my photography, my car interests, and cars themselves. If you've seen a couple videos farther back on my channel called Driveway Breakdown, I'll be talking about cars regularly, breaking them down to my driveway, talking to you about them. Because obviously as a car photographer, I get a lot of opportunities to be around some pretty neat cars, and I want to share that with you, because I still got some opinions about cars and I'd like to share them with you. Then as well, we're also going to be talking about my photography and car photography and editing and things like that. I'm going to be sharing some stories and as well as some of my editing techniques on videos like this. So if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you have not already. Hit the bell notification down right here if you want to be notified when there's a new video out. I thank you for your time, and I hope to see you again for more videos. Thank you for watching.